QC, that's where we work best when we're together. QC, that's where is brought to you by a partnership with the Quad Cities Chamber and Visit Quad Cities.
Vibrant Credit Union is hoping to change the way people think about banking. Vibrant CEO Matt McCombs is joining us here on Quad Cities Live. Matt, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks
excited
for
to be
being
here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you. So you you're trying to give your members something that they really cannot find anywhere else.
Yeah, so I've been here 13 years already, hard to believe, but when I think about the evolution of banking, what we've seen is that, overall banking is changing. The way consumers utilize their financial institution is just completely different than it was 15 or 20 years ago. And at Vibrant, what we really were looking for is how do we create something of substantial value for our members other than the commodity that they get everywhere else?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to get into the different ways that you guys are doing that as we speak. First, though, tell us a little bit about the history of Vibrant.
Yeah, so Vibrant started here in the Quad Cities, actually originally as Deere Harvester Credit Union, serving the employees of the John Deere Harvester Works. So it started in 1935. There were 8 individuals that brought $5 a piece together to create a cooperative with $40 in total assets.
Wow.
Over the years, it evolved to where it went community back in the 90s, and then the name changed from Deere Harvester to DHCU in 2005, and from DHCU to Vibrant back in 2015.
That actually is such a unique, very Quad Cities, hyper-local history. Not a lot of people would know that. So one of the things that you're really focusing on is interest savings and checking and balances. Why do you think that that is such an important thing?
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but for 20 years we've had historically low rates, right? So if you've been out buying a home or buying a car, you've been used to getting really, really low loan rates, which we all loved. But if you had money in the bank, you felt the opposite, right? For 20 years, you've had, such low return on your funds.
Sure.
Whereas today, we've seen rates go up, and consumers are at an opportunity where they can actually earn something on their money.
Okay. Well, yeah, that makes as good a sense as anything, and it appears to be working really well for Vibrant right now. You guys are seeing current and new members moving lots of money in deposits. I think we read some numbers that were just this past February that were pretty astonishing.
Yeah, so even in February, we had $26 million of new funds come into the organization. Really, in the first 5 months of this year, we're up over $50 million in new funds coming in, averaging about $2.5 million a week from new members that are discovering the credit union. And what we found is these are a lot of folks that when you say credit union, they don't know what that means. They've never really given it an opportunity or chance. But when you see the rates that we're offering that are just so above market, we're finding that folks here in the Quad Cities and really even regionally are starting to open their eyes to what a credit union is and what Vibrant has to offer. Yeah,
and I think that you guys sent us some images or some graphics. So let's talk a little bit about CD promotions and rates.
Yeah.
What does that mean, and how is this kind of more beneficial through Vibrant?
Yeah, so CDs right now are certainly kind of a hot item. If you go back a handful of years ago, everyone kind of thought CDs as their grandparents' product. Right?
Yes,
that's what you would have had as like my grandparents would have had the product like that. But we're seeing CDs come back really with a vengeance because as rates have gone up, and financial institutions for the most part have had to be really cautious of how fast they move their savings rates. So you're getting good return right away on your CDs. At Vibrant, we have offers like that too, where we're 5.5 on products that you can get on CDs, up to 5.75 depending on the balances that you have with us. But what we're doing a little bit different is we're trying to reward not only those that want to put money in a CD, but those that want to put money in a savings or a checking account too. So we're offering 4.5% just for a straight savings account.
Oh, wow.
So if you have a savings account with Vibrant, you're going to get 4.5%, and you don't have to worry about locking your funds up for a long period of time.
Yeah, I would definitely say that would be attractive for somebody looking for, local banking. So beyond that, Vibrant has decided to make some really big changes. One of the things, I think it was like a quote from you that I read, that people aren't going to banks and credit unions in person anymore. Obviously, that doesn't mean all people, but you have taken that into account and made some changes because of that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we really started to look at is in any legacy industry, it's hard to go through change, right? And the easy one to think about is the movie rental business, right? Where we all used to go into Blockbusters and family videos. And eventually what happens is so few people walk in that you start to evolve to the way things are moving more digitally, and that happens in most industries. We're seeing it in banking really for the first time too, where more and more folks are going online or using their cell phone for the things that they do, which is really driving so many folks away from the branch. For us, what we decided is we could either continue to support that branch environment for the few that are coming in,
Sure.
or we could start to make some big changes, take the savings from those branches and apply those to the deposit rates overall,
Yeah.
which is what's allowing us the ability to kind of price so much better than the market.
Yeah, truly amazing the way that you guys have kind of disrupted the traditional banking industry. So talk a little bit about what else you are doing in investing to kind of offset people not coming directly
Yeah.
into the locations, because I know we've seen some really cool things pop up with a Vibrant name on it.
Yeah, so I think that local still matters. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, although we want to get the return that we can get from nationwide digital-only financial institutions, I do think everyone cares about their local community. So if you look at what we've done at Vibrant, we had an opportunity to put our name on the Mark, which you know, we wanted to return the name the Mark back in it, so the Vibrant Arena at the Mark. For us, we looked at what's one of the quintessential things in our community, and the arena really is something that brings so many opportunities in.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're seeing some images of that, and I think a lot of people would agree with you. Like, you know, when they made the announcement of the name change and the fact that you guys decided to include the Mark in that. I mean, I have lived here for about 13 years now, and all I heard since I moved here is that people still called it the Mark.
Right.
So I thought that was great that you guys decided to include that. Something else that I think is really great is that you guys are partnering with Junior Achievement of the Heartland. They're going to be making a big move this fall, and that's really because of the partnership that you guys have together.
Yeah, so one of the things we found out a couple of years ago, we had a board member that was also on the board of Junior Achievement and had told us that Junior Achievement had found out that their kind of really good rent rates that they were getting in downtown Davenport were going to expire, and they were kind of out of options as to where to go. We had fortunately been able to move into the former Sam's Club building and had 140,000 square feet with a lot of excess capacity, and thought, what other thing could we do than find a local nonprofit that needs space and can do something to impact our community? And so we ended up giving Junior Achievement about 14,000 square feet for $1 a year. So they have a 10-year lease at $1 a year. We're really excited about the partnership to allow them to kind of drive more and more value into the children in our community.
Well, and also, I mean, because of the things that they are learning through Junior Achievement, it is such a great partnership to be doing this alongside a credit union. You know, I feel like there's just like a lot of impact that you guys can continue to make after they move in and open this space up.
Yeah, their mission really aligns so well with what we want to see in financial freedom and in entrepreneurship inside of our community. So it's just such a great long-term partnership with Junior Achievement.
Absolutely. Okay, before we run out of time with you, talk a little bit about the Vibrant headquarters.
Yeah, so the Vibrant headquarters, one of the things that we looked at a handful of years ago was inside of our communities, there's always these, old or buildings that are big warehouses that when they shut down, what else do you use them for? And we had an opportunity to go in and purchase the old Sam's Club building, remodel it, turn it into really one of what we think is one of the more unique buildings in town. We opened up one of our coffee houses right in the front, which is
really popular.
a great thing for us here in the Quad Cities, and really a give back to where a lot of times we get an imbalance here, where so many things have moved from Illinois into Iowa, and we were really committed as being an Illinois credit union to supporting both sides of the river. And so that was a big deal for us to not only go in with our headquarters, but to also be able to put the coffee shop as an offering into that side of the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. And we're seeing those images on the screen right now. Well, if you want to learn more about personal or business banking with Vibrant, along with the perks of becoming a member, all you have to do is visit vibrantcreditunion.org. Matt, thank you so much for coming in today and telling us all about Vibrant. You seem like you're super passionate about it, and that's really cool.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We appreciate it.